I want it to be known from the Bat family, I do not support, I'm not a member of the NRA, just so anybody that sees that. However, a broken clock will get the right time, at least twice in a day. Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Gavin Richard Presents, here only on my channel, GBoo2786. Whoever you are, wherever you are, hope you are blessed and doing safe. This is going to be a short video, and I've been up since early this morning, and I was saying good afternoon. It's really good evening right now from where I'm recording, and I wanted to talk about this while I got a chance, because earlier today, I went to the shooting range, and from what my videos I have advocated, guys, being an attorney, being a constitutionalist, I am an advocate, an outspoken advocate, I would say, for the Second Amendment. And there is no reason why black people should not, in this country, there is no reason why black people should be unarmed. Black people should have every right to pick up arms and defend themselves. That is not advocating violence, that is advocating self-defense. But you have every right, just like white boys and white people who get guns and, go to the shooting range extensively to practice their Second Amendment rights. We have the same rights as others, although it's applied differently when it's black people versus white people, of course. But while you got it, get it. Get it while the getting is good. And so earlier today, I went to the shooting range out in Slidell, Fitz Indoor Range. It's a pretty good place. And there is a shortage right now of ammunition. And I mean, at any outdoor store you're talking about, I don't care if you're talking about Cabela's or Bass Pro Shop, if you try to buy things online, good luck. I don't know if you can find it, because everywhere I have tried to buy ammunition, they have been completely sold out. And you obviously won't want to buy, luckily I still have a bulk of ammo left. You obviously want to buy a bulk of ammunition because you never want to be without ammo and you have guns and you can't use them. Because I looked at this article. This is by Frank Maloney. This is from Thursday. This was back in March of 2020, when the coronavirus pandemic really was starting to take its toll on the United States, and it started spreading, of course, throughout the world. And he goes on to write about how the coronavirus outbreak started to cause that shortage. He talked about the fact that it's affected everything. Even from the toilet paper shortage. You remember that, how they had shortages on toilet paper, and now it's still 4 or 5 months later from when this article was written. It still has affected the civilians who want to exercise their Second Amendment rights. The first thing this stuff started, that's what people, especially white people, let's just be real, were buying. They were buying different types of guns. They were buying they were buying bulks of ammunition. There are guns right now you can't even get. Everything is temporarily out of stock. And so you, for lack of a better word, are shit out of luck if you're trying to get a bunch of bullets or trying to get different type of guns that you certain type of gun that you want for your house. Ice-T said this when he was being interviewed about gun violence in America. He said, would you want to be the only person, I'm paraphrasing, would you want to be the only person without a gun while everybody else has theirs? He said, I will give up my gun when everybody in the world gives up theirs. And doesn't that make sense? And of course, the news anchor who was interviewing him obviously was pushing a clearly pushing an agenda and was going back and forth about it. But Ice-T held his own. He said the right to bear arms is not about hunting. It's our sport. It's there to protect yourself from the police. That's because it is the last line of defense when tyranny strikes. It's to protect you from tyrants. It's to protect you from tyranny. And we as a people, and I especially say this to my black people, we have to be prepared for the unknown and the unexpected. You know, this is what you call survival. These are survivalists that are out there just buying this shit up. And, you know, I knew that was the first thing that was going to happen. The gun sales were going through the roof. When I was at the range, they're only allowing one, not only are they allowing one box of ammo per shooter, you can only buy one, the prices have gone up on it as well. It's like $25 for a box. $25. You think about that. For 50 cartridges. I hope you all, you know, if you can find a gun, go get one. Because right now, I have a deep feeling, a strong feeling, and I hope I'm wrong, that by the end of this year, we may be seeing martial law in this country. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I just know when things like this happen, when there's a pandemic, you know, humanity, the clock of humanity stops. Because survival instincts kick in, and you will do everything and anything in your power to survive, regardless of what morals are compromised or what laws are broken. Human instincts 101, that's what takes over. You join your black gun owners associations. You join your national, I believe it's the National Association of African American Gun Owners. NAGA, I believe is what, National African American Gun Owners Association, NAGA? I think that's it. Yeah, NAGA. You join those. You join the Black Gun Owners Association. You don't necessarily have to join the NRA per se. There are black gun clubs you can join. I think there's the Huey P. Newton Gun Club. You saw the brothers up in Shreveport. The Rich Don't Sleep. They have a gun club. Now, of course, you know, every gun club is different to each one. But you do things like that, man. Get into it. Learn how to go to a shooting range and learn self-defense, man. Take karate classes. People think that's a joke, but it's true. Back in the 70s, of course, when you saw brothers like Jim Kelly, and I can't think of a few other black karate champions, but, you know, someone like him, he's the main one that jumps out. You know, a lot of young black men and even women took an interest into learning self-defense classes, into karate. I did as a kid. But be prepared for the unknown. Expect the unexpected, because when you are not prepared, your enemies will definitely have an advantage over you because they are prepared. You know, one of the problems that we do in the community or in the black neighborhoods, and I've noticed, is that we will prepare most of the times for Saturday night, while others, our opponents, are preparing for the next generation. And that's not just talking about gun laws, or gun trust and gun rights. That's just in general anything. When it talks about money, when it talks about spending, when it talks about creating generational wealth, they prepare for that. So when you're talking about survival, my brothers and sisters, my family, you got to expect the unexpected and be prepared. Because right now, I don't know if we will truly be able to recover from something like this, as the United States is getting crippled more and more each day by the growing numbers of the infected by this pandemic. Again, this video is not to scare you, but it is to shape you. But I do want to shape you up, and I do want to at least make you alert and aware for those who are not into guns, who those of you who have a bad opinion about them. At least go to a shooting range and learn more about them. Take some shooting classes, and you may like it. But when you're in the middle of a pandemic, just remember, all laws get thrown out of the window. There are no rules in the game of survival. That is it for me, guys. I told you it was going to be a short video, but just subscribe to the channel, please. This has been another edition of Gavin Richard Presents, here only on channel GBoo2786. Subscribe to the channel. Please donate. The donate links will be in this video description. Guys, think about what I've said. Again, it's not to scare you. And I'm not also saying that every black person should own a gun. There are people who don't need to be armed. That's the fact. There are people with mental health issues. There are people with, criminal records, violent offenders that certainly I wouldn't want to have a gun put in their hands. But I do want people to be able to, especially law-abiding citizens like us, because most black people, and most people in general, but black people in particular, we are law-abiding citizens. We're not the stereotypes that they try and portray us every day in movies and music and radio. So I want you to think twice about this. I want you to be prepared. Until the next time, this has been another edition of Gavin Richard Presents. Please like, subscribe, and share this video, and join the channel. I'm out. Peace and love, family. God bless.